Alright guys, here we are back on iRacing, doing some racing in the Spec Racer Ford here at Lime Rock Park with the chicanes. This is very scary. I've not driven this car in a race in probably 2 years. I think it's been since 2018 since I've taken this car out into an actual race. So I'm a bit nervous about this. We are representing the USA as the highest iRating, highest qualifier. We qualified third, but we are a second and 2/10 off of the lead. I have a feeling those guys know what they're doing. As you can see, I junked it up on my second qualifying lap. This car is notoriously difficult to drive, so let's try and do the United States proud and jump into it here. I'll see you guys in the race. Alright guys, here we are on the grid, 23 laps around Lime Rock Park. See how we do. Just going to try and keep it safe off the brake here. And again, I haven't driven this car in so long, so I don't really know what I'm doing. And this car is very easy to wreck, so we're going to plow straight into somebody. Oh my god, sorry. I did not expect that understeer. Cold tires and all, you know. Well, we've already made an enemy for ourselves. Oh shoot. I just about plowed right into the number one car on turn one. That would have been embarrassing. Alright, so we're going to take it nice and easy here in the early going. And the guys with more pace than me, I'm sure, will slide on by. You know, I had a pretty good qualifying lap on my first lap. It's probably the best I could run. So, yeah, we're just gonna try and hang and hope that this turns into a war of attrition. As again, I do have that number one car all over me. We're gonna have him go to the outside here if he wants it. It's the number one car after all, so he could probably take me. We'll actually let him go in first here and just see if we can follow with him. I mean, if we can hang with this top group, we're in good shape because you know, these were the guys that were around our time, so we're hanging with these guys, you know, letting the rest of the pack just drop away behind. That is a good look. Of course, we'll see how long we can actually do it. These cars, man, they are a handful to drive, to say the least. Just really, as you see right there, I about wreck it going into the chicane. They are really, you know, dependent on you balancing the weight a lot, which is something that takes quite a bit of getting used to if you're not, you know, used to that sort of thing. But thankfully, I play a racing simulator a lot that involves a lot of keeping the cars balanced weight-wise, so maybe that'll help me out here, as we are the number 5 car, so, you know, a top 5 finish would be pretty sweet. And again, I'm sure some of these guys are regularly racing this series, so we'll just use this as a learning experience. Oh boy. Well, that's one. Surprised there hasn't been more, honestly. That's going to give us a bit of a gap behind us now, so we just have to keep it going the right way. And I think that's a key to a good finish in the Spec Racer Ford. As long as you keep it on the island and facing the right direction, you're in for a decent finish, so just really have to be so careful in the chicanes. I'm overshooting a little bit, so just gotta slow down a tad bit earlier. Gained a little bit right there. It was pretty good through that final chicane. Guys ahead are all going to be, you know, draft locked together. I'm kind of on my own right here, unfortunately. But we'll see, you know, if they get to battling, it'll pull me right up. And we have 3 seconds behind us here starting lap 4, so we are in a good spot.
You're in 4th position.
Certainly. Just gonna keep it smooth, keep it smooth. I'm talking to myself at this point, you know. Just gotta remind yourself, you're not weird if you talk to yourself while racing. I can assure you. Gosh, I need to wait a little bit until I shift up into 4th, bogging it down, shifting up so early. I'm gonna try slowing down a bit earlier here as well. So let it coast off in there. Good stuff, good stuff. Alright, well, other than almost killing the number 1 car on lap 1, we've driven pretty well up to this point. Still a long way to go, though, without mistakes. But we are actually closing in on the #1 car ahead, which is a very good thing, and I'm really just wanting to put a gap on the guys behind. So if I do make a little mistake here or there, it won't cost me too badly. Again, kind of losing out without the draft. But we are running low 106s, which is good. And you just have to baby this car, man. It does not... I'm telling you, if you are on iRacing and you want to learn how to drive smooth, this is the car for you, because my goodness, it requires a baby's hand on the wheel. It is very finicky, on its tippy toes at all times. That's how I would describe it. And really punishing on mistakes. So this one will also teach you how to limit those, that is for sure. And we are in a good spot right here, kind of settled into our own bubble. And those guys behind are getting close together. So, you know, if they battle, it could just push me further away. And unfortunately, I am losing this lead group, although they are looking pretty racy. So if they tangle up, we'll be in a good spot. But just a shame. Okay. Hey, kept it facing forward. Alright, we gotta focus up now. Now we just have to worry about... Oh, man. Tires did not like that. That's alright. Just have to keep our head on straight. One thing I don't like, to say the least, is having to pay attention to my rear view more than my windshield. Well, I say windshield. I don't want to pay attention to what's behind me. I just want to focus on what's ahead of me, but is what it is. Just got to clean up the lines. Mentioned it earlier, I am the #5 car, so pretty good SOF for this race, as my iRating sitting at about 2400 on the road. So I am not mad about this performance so far. Just gotta be careful into one. Man, it's sliding again through there. Like bad. Alright, we gotta figure that turn out quick. Really, really important with this car to just stay focused, stay composed, because it is punishing. And it will not treat you well if you make mistakes. Still got 3 seconds behind us, so we can just force that gap out a little bit more. We'll break the spirits of those behind us. And we won't get caught. I see the leaders weaving all over the track up there fighting. Pretty much going to have to hope the 3 of them take each other out if we want any chance. We'll see. We're going to take it really easy here off into one. Like, really, really goo goo gaga baby easy. And at least we don't slide that time. I'll take it. That's a passable Sector 1. Not very fast, but acceptable. And now I'm starting to get nervous. I can feel myself taking it really easy into some of these corners. Doing good though, pushing out that gap little by little. And it's interesting with this car. I think I might need to get like a shift tone or something, because you're actually supposed to shift like decently early in this thing, but I can't see the tack when I'm driving. It's kind of like hidden out of my FOV, so I might need to get something that like beeps when it's time to shift. I know, what a metagamer. Tire's definitely starting to wear a little bit. I can feel myself struggling a little bit here and there. Just have to keep it mistake-free. That's really good through there. Gained a lot of time, up to 3.7. And the gap to the leaders isn't getting much bigger. I mean, they are pretty racy, so shouldn't be too proud of it, but I'm not getting killed by any means. That we take away that one mistake, and we're maybe 3 seconds back right now. Oh, and we do have trouble with the leaders. Don't know if it's going to be damage or what it is, but we have one in big trouble now taking the runoff. Okay. Don't think you're allowed to do that, sir. And he's cutting the chicanes. There's all sorts of problems ahead of me. What are you doing? Is that legal? This guy's got damage, it looks like, and this was the leader. Where are you gonna go? Middle of the road, okay. Well, what am I supposed to do right there? Gotta pick one or the other. That gave us a little bit of damage, unfortunately. Looks like he's just indecisive, can't blame him in that moment. But we are now up into second place as the leaders clatter. Really got to keep my head on straight, though. That little awkward moment with that guy brought the guy behind me fairly close. I shifted up way too early right there. Alright, so Antonio is looking good. Just gonna have to be a mistake on his point to get us to the lead, but I will take a podium position if I can hold on. Long way to go, though. Do have it back to 3 seconds to Allen, though. I think I'm a little bit faster than him, so if I can just keep pushing the gap out, you know, he'll think he can't catch me, and that's where we want him to be. And you never know with the leader out there by himself, you know, maybe a little bit of lap traffic, a little bit of overconfidence, you know, complacency. Does Carl bite you? Definitely need to clean up my first sector. Slow. God, I gotta avoid that curve as well. That is me finished if I hit that sausage. Alright, so we've pushed it out a little bit more. Just ever pushing that gap out, little by little, 1/10 or 2 a lap. He's not gonna get me. Andres is pulling his best Sebastian Vettel impersonation down there. Love it. And Antonio looks like he will catch lap traffic before all is said and done. So, you never know, man. These cars are hard to control. I've said it a lot, but you just never know. Now got it above 4 to Allen. So still pushing out the gap. So if I run in the 106s, I should be fine. So that's what we got to do.
Great job. Good to go.
10 left. Antonio getting ever closer to those lap cars, and as we saw in qualifying, the bottom of the field pretty low on pace. You know, there's a big disparity. This is a D-class series, so you know you're gonna have quite a few guys. Maybe you don't have a lot of experience. So they're getting close up there. Looks like Antonio gets let through on the first one. I mean, you know, I always feel bad hoping for somebody to have trouble, but it's a fact of racing, you know. You gotta execute without making mistakes. And, you know, sometimes it's the guy who makes the least that can get there. Still keeping things static to Allen behind. Creeping up little by little. Just kind of monitoring things. I'm perfectly fine driving this speed. 106, mid 106s all day till the end. No problem for me. Not saying that it's easy to do, but I mean, that's what I want to see. And it looks like Allen has had a slip up as he drops now to 5.4. So another second gains. And things are looking up. Just got to finish it out.
Car stopped ahead.
Got one stopped in front of me. Hopefully he's not on the line. He's not. Stay up there, please, sir. Thank you. We'll slip up at turn 1. Almost made the same mistake myself a couple times in this race. Again, we're not necessarily getting killed by the guy ahead, you know. I mean, at this point, you know, he's cruising. He's pushed out the gap a little bit, but I'm not disappointed with my pace in this one. Babied it off in there more than I needed to and still overshot. That's going to be a little loss of time. Wonder if that one will still be a 106. Let's see here. That was a 107. Not the best. Need to be a little bit faster just to feel comfortable. A little bit sloppy on this lap as well, unfortunately. Fastest I've ever been. Be a little bit braver off in here. There we go. Get it turned in nice and early. And that is a difficult turn. It's really easy to mess it up. When you hit it right, it feels great, but there's one where it's very easy to slip up and get a slowdown. If you hit that left side, man, you're getting a slowdown. So really want to prevent that from happening. Back in the 106.5s. Good, good. Alright, so we do have one lapper ahead of us now. Probably the last one we'll have to deal with in all likelihood, so just stay focused, you know, pay attention, see if there's a yellow flag. Not great through the chicane there again. I'm just so scared of sausage. And I think the thing about that chicane that is so difficult it is the most important turn on the track. You know, it leads on to the long straight here. If you mess that one up, you're losing big time. So you really don't want to make a mistake there. All right then, 5 to go.
5 laps to go.
Get that tear off out of there. All clean, all looking good. And coming up to the lap, or we are coming up to Benjamin here, who is a lap down. So see what happens with them. Just be careful. Little bit of a mistake there. Not ideal. It's gonna put the leader even further ahead. But we still have 7 seconds behind, so Alan's slipping up here or there, thankfully. Just let me push out a bit of a gap. That's probably gonna be a 107 though. Yeah, not the best. Just don't even, I know he's 7 seconds back, that's a long time, but I don't even want to give him a sniff that he might catch me, because then he might catch me. So, yeah, we're just gonna keep it safe, but still try and run that 106 pace, and we'll have to contend with the lap down car here shortly. Does have a bit of damage. And we'll see if he lets me through on the front here. What's gonna happen? Really don't want to have to follow him one more lap. Won't be ideal, but it's looking like that's what we're gonna have to do. Do get a bit of drafting help though down the front. Got off in there pretty hot, but he looks like he's fairly under control, which is a good sign. A little bit nervy now. I could stay behind him, but I don't really want that gap to shrink behind me. Oh man, he's slowing me down quite a bit. He does have damage. I think we'll just go right here. Looks like he's letting me have it. Maybe he missed a shift, actually. It sounded a bit weird when I went by. Could be that damage. Let's focus on driving clean here so we can get away. No surprises. We're going to come to get 2 to go. Like we lost a bit of time, and Andres, after spinning out, has climbed back to 9.4 back, so we probably got lucky that he got involved in something. He would have beat me straight up. Alright, so coming to get the white flag here after we get through the chicane for the second to last time. We shouldn't have anybody else to deal with, just gotta keep it clean on the last lap.
You just got the white flag.
Not the easiest thing in the world, but Leader is way off in the distance. He's going to have to really bin it here. Which, the way he's been driving, I have not seen one mistake, so I think he'll be alright. But we will get the white flag. Let's finish it out strong. And if you thought I was driving like a baby earlier, well, you're going to see me babying it on the last lap. This is going to be a weak lap right here, I'm sure. You know, saying that, I'll run a 104. Seems to be how it goes. Still running 106s on the second to last lap, so I'm pretty proud of my drive here. Oh, sneaky, almost didn't make it. It's not going to be a good closing lap. And I think Alan is driving to get away from Andres, who's caught him in a big way. So he may come under threat there for the podium. But we are going to come through and take our seat on the second step of the podium. It's going to be second in the Spec Racer Ford at Lime Rock Park. Oh my goodness, representing America in this race, the US of A. Not usually a patriot, but you know, you notice on the road series, a lot of the guys from Europe, you know, or elsewhere outside of the US, they are so fast, man. So to get a second place right here, it's pretty exciting for me, and a good race driven by all. I hope you guys enjoyed that. 0 incident points, gentlemen. And if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing for me. Do very much appreciate you for watching, and I will see you in the next race.